Are we on?
Yeah.
Okay, shalom, shalom. We want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. We are the brothers of GMS Los Angeles, and we get together to do classes. Today, we're going to go over the nation of Ham. So, I was thinking about maybe setting up the lesson in like in a timeline, but ultimately the spirit had it where like we're gonna be doing a little bit of jumping around. So we're gonna start if a brother Baba Kasha can get Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse starting at the top.
I got it. Wisdom of Solomon 12. For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things, therefore chastenest thou them by little and little that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe on thee, O Lord.
Yeah, that's right. And basically, what the Lord He allows people to just basically, you know, He gives them time to repent and reflect on the wickedness that they do. Go ahead.
3. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land.
Yeah, Khan. So the old inhabitants of the Holy Land, we're gonna basically we're gonna find out that those are the Canaanites, which are descendants of Ham. Okay, so continue.
Fine.
I could just interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
I'm reading the New Revised Standard Version,
Mm-hmm.
and the subtitle to verse 3 on down, it says, "The sins of the Canaanites."
The sins of the Canaanites. That's right. That's right. Which basically they're descendants of Ham. Go ahead.
4. Whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices.
So this basically starts to give you an insight about this nation of people. Okay, what you're gonna learn about Ham is that they're heavy into the idolatry, witchcraft, basically the left hand. Okay, so this is what they were doing in our land too, witchcraft and wicked sacrifices. Go ahead.
5. And also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh and the feasts of blood.
Yeah, so this is huge right here because these are all things that the scriptures they condemn basically to water, bro. A brother can get a quick precept, Leviticus 17, and start at 10, Babu Kashar.
I got it.
You could get it in the NLT too.
Yeah. So Leviticus 17 and 10. You wanted the NLT first?
Yeah.
Leviticus 17 and 10. And if any native Israelite or foreigner living among you eats or drinks blood in any form, I will turn against that person and cut him off from the community of your people.
Yeah, so the eating and the drinking of blood is, like the brother said, is condemned. The scripture condemns that. Yeah. You're not supposed to do that. Go ahead.
It says, verse 11, for the life of the body is in the blood. I have given you the blood on the altar to purify you, making you right with the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It is the blood given in exchange for a life that makes purification possible.
So yeah, the life of the body is the blood. You're not supposed to drink the blood. So that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
They were murdering children. They were devouring men's flesh, and they were feasting of blood. So, with the devouring of men's flesh, most likely that they were hunting people.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's hard to believe that a person is just going to, let themselves be eaten. You know what I mean? So most likely, they were just like hunting people. for these wicked sacrifices. So go ahead and verse 5.
Come. It says, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh and the feast of blood, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help.
Yeah, so and they're priests. So I'm gonna share some information on that. If a brother can read this, I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. Let's see here. Salaki, can you read that last part again? It's not.
It says, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help.
All right, so I just dropped that information. In the chat.
Yeah, one thing I can mention is that in the news there's been events like whales beaching themselves and stuff like that. Different animals are found dead, and out there with these Hamites, they'll go ahead and chop up a whale and eat it raw and shit like that. I don't know if you brothers have ever caught something like that. They'll be chopping up elephants and
Yeah, I think you saw that video, right, where they jumped an elephant and started cutting the ear and
yeah, literally jumped on.
they were like what, naked or like barely with anything, with spears and
Yeah, you know, the characteristics of these Hamites, how they're just so wild.
Barbaric.
Yeah,
because they were eating it raw,
Man,
literally raw. Yeah.
which is all important to give you an insight of the mentality of these people. You know? So yeah, let's get that information, Babu Kasha. These brothers get it on the Canaanite religion.
I can read it for you. It
Can Babu Kasha?
says Canaanite religion. Period. Says the religion and mythic beliefs of the people in the land of Canaan in the southern Levant during approximately the first 3 millennia BCE were polytheistic and in some cases monolatristic.
Yeah, so polytheistic is the belief of the worship of multiple gods and goddesses. And then the monotheistic is the belief in the existence of many gods, but exclusively worship one chosen deity. Go ahead.
Says they were influenced by neighboring cultures, particularly ancient Egyptian.
Which the Egyptians were also Hamitic, come from Ham, which we're going to touch on that too, right? Mizraim, Matazarium in the Hebrew.
It says, and Mesopotamian religious practices.
Yeah, out of Mesopotamia, a lot of these gods that you see being recycled through time, they all came from Mesopotamia. Go ahead.
The pantheon was headed by the god El and his consort Asherah, or Asherah, with other significant deities including Baal, Anat, Astarte, and Dagon.
Yeah, just to name a few, because there's a pantheon of them. It's like it'll be too much to go over all of them.
Yeah.
But it's probably close to 30, if not more.
It says Canaanite religious practices included animal sacrifice, veneration of the dead, and the worship of deities through shrines and sacred groves. The religion also featured a complex mythology, including stories of divine battles and cycles of death and rebirth.
So animal sacrifice too. The brothers mentioned how they were killing those whales and killing the elephants and all of that. Just wickedness, just pure wickedness, man.
Yeah, I was on YouTube right now scrolling for that video and that news broadcast about the whales, but I found that they also chop up monkeys and baboons and shit.
Man.
Yeah, it's just whole monkey heads in the pot type of thing, bro. Like, Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna go into it here, but then like we read in the scriptures too,
Mhm.
you know, in the more elite levels,
Yeah.
humans,
Yeah.
Cannibalism.
Yeah.
young
Because
humans and children and babies,
Yeah.
infants.
I think they believe that they gain something from it.
Oh yeah,
they believe that they gain the life force and the essence of the person that they were eating,
That they just consume.
that they just consumed.
It's a religion.
Did you have something, bro?
Yeah, it's a religion in South Africa and West.
Speak up a little louder, Babu
It's a
Kashan.
religion in South Africa, West Africa.
Mm-hmm.
They love this.
South soul eating. There's a religion in South Africa called soul eating, where the witches would eat people.
Damn. So they're basically committing cannibalism.
Yeah.
But you said that it's called soul eating, right?
Yeah.
So basically, it's kind of like basically touching on that. You know how they believe that they're consuming the essence of the person that they're.
that's where you get like the whole adrenochrome thing too, because a lot of these things were discovered way back then, you know,
Yeah.
because it wasn't, you know, like at the very height of sacrifice. That's when the person who's about to be sacrificed is, you know, experiencing the peak fear, right?
Yeah.
So that's when they discovered that at that point to consume the blood and you know would give them those effects.
Well, adrenal root is adrenaline.
Right. Yeah.
So they fucking
The brain pumps the adrenaline through the heart into the blood, and then to consume that at the point of sacrifice, and during those rituals, like we went into it during camp, right? It helps to create a psychedelic effect
Mm.
where like
Sure.
it thins the veil, and then they get access to the demonic forces and all that.
Yeah, it says
what
it-
Alistair Crowley was going
Yeah.
to.
It says it gives them vital force, so they know through their tradition, which this is a religion over there.
Oh yeah.
That this the adrenochrome give them that
Right.
that life.
When you look at old photos of Alistair Crowley, he has a fucking Egyptian
Yeah.
hat on
Yeah.
because it's the old law of Egypt, old religion.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which is crazy because basically Ham continued those wicked practices after the seed of the children of the wicked were wiped out after the flood.
Yeah.
All day.
You know, because this is like essentially what was going on in the garden.
Yeah.
You know, through the children of the wicked. You know, and these were the kinds of things that were being practiced after this what it refers to biting of the fruit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so that was basically Esau's area of expertise, but then that line got wiped after the flood, and so those practices were continued on the earth through Ham.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was through Ham that Esau basically reclaimed it. Once, like for example, once Esau started mingling with the Hamites.
Yeah.
You know, that's why Esau's parents told him not to marry that. It was a Canaanite, I think.
Yeah.
It was a Canaanite woman.
Yeah.
Because they were doing those practices, but the Lord set it up that way so that He can get back what his line was doing prior to the flood.
Philosophy.
Yeah. And then it continued furthermore, like when Esau went into Egypt, by way of the Greeks, those secret mystery schools and shit like that.
Mhm. Yeah, we're gonna see that a lot of the stuff that we're familiar with Esau doing is because basically he got it from the Hamites.
Yeah.
So basically, even that is like this dude is not original. He's like copying everything, you know. So was there a little more in the Canaanite religion?
Yeah. It's a little bit more. Yeah. It says archaeological evidence, particularly from sites like Ugarit or Ugarit,
Yeah.
and literary sources, including the Ugaritic texts in the Hebrew Bible,
Yeah.
have provided most of the current knowledge about Canaanite religion.
That's what we lean on. We lean on the Bible. All right. So we lean on the Bible to go ahead and basically bring these things to light, man. Okay.
And it's
And-
becoming more known in the world now because of like the Epstein files and everything. The kinds of things that these people that the elites practice behind the scenes.
If I can get this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it says Aleister Crowley's 1904 honeymoon in Cairo, Egypt, was a pivotal event in occult history, where he claimed to have received the Book of the Law from a supernatural entity named Iwas. This channeled text birthed his religion, the Lima, based on the maxim, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law."
So we were going into this at camp.
Yeah, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Yeah.
Effectively initiating the Aeon of Horus.
Which is a Egyptian god, Hamitic god.
Yeah. So Oh, go ahead.
When that goes into what the scripture, I might as well just pull it out real quick in Thessalonians.
Yeah.
Just give me a second.
That's the new
Yep.
American way.
Yep. It says 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first." It's talking about the apostasy, Israel falling as a nation. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, Esau Edom, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. So the brother brought out that saying in Aleister Crowley's religion, the Lima, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law," which it goes into what we just read perfectly. Opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. So what he pushes is all about like selfishness. It's all about doing what pleases you, what feels good to you, and it's basically like the complete opposite. It's like an inversion of like the Most High's laws, the word, and everything. It says, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
That's right. That's right.
If I might say, because it's the spirit that Esau is compared to Tyrus in Ezekiel 28.
That's right.
He's a Hamite.
That's right.
It's the same thing as this man puts as because when you read Ezekiel 28,
I got it.
it says
It's Ezekiel 28 and 2. It says, "Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God."
Which is crazy because
Yeah.
only the Most High can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he is and none else beside him. But Esau, in his pride, he put that on himself. Like, nah, I am. There's no one else but me.
It says, "I am a God, I sit in the seat of a God." It says, "In the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not a God. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of the God." So like
yeah, because if I can say, because there was history. It was a real region that it was the center of that region because it was merchandise. It was important, that city. So
Merchandise, right?
Merchandise.
yeah. So it's
Tyre and Sidon, right?
right. So it's compared to this time, but the point I'm trying to say is Ezekiel 28. It says how he was given the left practices.
Yeah.
And it's connected to Hamites and then Esau because we're talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
You
Well, and that's the spirit, because if you don't mind reading it again, Babu Kasha.
God. There's verse 2 again. It says, "Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God."
Yeah. So his heart is lifted up, and he said he is a God.
Yeah.
Because when you go into Nimrod, which he is a descendant of a Hamite, he's a Cushite, right? Basically,
the original Babylonian Empire.
the original Babylonian
It was still
Empire.
ruled by Hamites.
It's the same attitude, man.
Yeah.
It's the same type of attitude. This dude thinking that he's a god, and
Try to
we're gonna go into it, but that was a great point.
Oh, you want me to read?
You can finish it.
It says, "And thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of a God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not a God. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of a God, because thou art wiser than Daniel, there is no secret that they can hide from thee." All right, again, like brothers are saying, this wisdom is it's been given to you pretty much, man. All right, everything that you know, every even that authority that's been given to you. It's by the Lord. Ultimately, again, to punish the wicked of our people.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a term saying occultism, right? I guess in the way
Occultism. Yeah.
occultism, and it's really secrets that is between minery, and it says no secret has been taken, or something like that.
Yeah, God, no secret has been, no secret that they can hide from thee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all the secrets of the wicked left hand,
Mhm.
he found them, man.
Yeah. You try to keep them secret too, because that's where he gets power. But it's all been exposed.
Yeah. And that's what made him so powerful, because he was able to hide the shit from the world. It said, "Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth."
Covering.
So he was able to act in clandestine practices.
Right, because it was given it's gonna say the stones, and then
Yeah.
what do you say? Instrumentos de música,
Yeah.
music instruments, and because in the right side, but the left side is useless. Hollywood used the music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
To do
Oh, yeah. Because if King David used music to exorcise the demon, it stands to reason that on the left hand side you could use music to put demons on people.
Yeah. And then the ¿cómo se llama este?
The ephod?
Ephod.
Oh,
Ephod has the stones. They use it for righteousness.
To communicate.
Yeah.
So Esau has the left hand version.
Because it's gonna say it's given to you any kind of rocks and things like that.
Palantir.
Yeah.
The whole technology is like
Crystal ball.
witchcraft technology, but
Yeah,
all it is elements that you put together. And I heard a brother talking about it. When you look at his circuit boards, it actually has some of the symbols with this
Sigils, demonic sigils.
from Canaanite, old Canaanites.
Yep. Yeah, it goes deep because the scripture says that Esau is the prince of the power of the air. And what is air but an element?
Mm-hmm.
And so what is electricity? It's another element derived from fire, you could say.
Yeah.
So Esau, in a similar way, on the left hand side, through the manipulation of the elements, conjures demons, and that's how he works.
Do you still have the Wisdom of Solomon? Can you back to 12 and 6, Babu Kasha? And our brother can grab the article that I put in the chat.
Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 6. It says, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help.
Yeah, and so basically we went into that a little bit, right? The Canaanite religion, one of the gods that, because there's so many of them, they didn't mention in this section of the information on Wikipedia. He says it a little bit further down, but one of the gods was Molech. So we're going to read a little bit on Molech right now.
Which was originally a bull god.
Yeah. Whoever got it, Babu Kasha?
I got it. It goes, Moloch, the ancient pagan god of child sacrifice.
Which is what they were doing. They were doing child sacrifice.
Yeah, so the whole concept of sacrificing your firstborn for prosperity, that goes way back.
Yeah.
So for like a good harvest, or like for your business to be successful, or to put a spell on somebody to get revenge, different reasons why they would do it. It says Moloch.
So like, but we know that they were doing that in Egypt when Israel was growing strong, throwing their kids in the river.
Yeah. Wow. It says Moloch was one of the false gods that Israel would worship during its periods of apostasy. This false deity is associated with Ammon in 1 Kings 11 and 7. And then it says, then Solomon built a high place for Chemosh, the detestable idol of Moab, on the mountain, which is east of Jerusalem, and for Moloch, the detestable idol of the sons of Ammon.
Yeah, but it goes back to Ham.
Yeah. It says one of the practices of the cult that worshiped Moloch was to sacrifice their children. Of course, this was forbidden by God's word. Leviticus 18 and 21 says, neither shall you give any of your offspring to offer them to Moloch, nor shall you profane the name of your God. I am the Lord.
Yeah, can a brother actually read that verse, 18 and 21?
That's what I just read.
That was the verse.
But then it says there's also more, 18, 21, 22 through 5, 2 Kings 23 and 10, Jeremiah 32 and 35.
Michael, say real quick, because even Leviticus 18 and
at the top of the chapter, the Lord says that we shouldn't follow the customs
Of the
Yeah. Do you have that, bro? Leviticus 8?
specifically Canaan and Egypt.
Do you have Leviticus 18?
Yeah, 'cause they had some of the most like abominable shit that they were fucking.
Yeah.
You could read a little bit of that, bro. The Leviticus 18.
The Lord had to single them out. Like all the heathens are fucking evil. But
Yeah,
these
but-
motherfuckers right here.
Since Abraham, right? Since Abraham, the Lord has been telling Abraham
Yeah. Steer clear.
to depart and not mess with the Canaanites.
I mean, for Esau's parents to tell him don't fuck with
Don't
him.
fuck with them.
That was like 100 years of warning, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was told to Abraham. Abraham told it to Isaac, and Isaac told Jacob and Esau. Right?
Don't do it.
And then the Lord give it the law of Moses to the people because we were coming out of Egypt, and our people was fucked up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They were doing shit over them. That's why they ended up worshiping a fucking oh.
Yeah. Till today, right?
Yeah.
Jeremiah says they're not the ways of the heathen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't have to take it to a Molech statue today.
Exactly.
Which will go to Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's crazy that you said that because this information is gonna kind of mention that as a parallel. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but could I say something real quick, bro? I just have Google. Is there evidence of child sacrifice in Africa throughout history? And it says the question of child sacrifice in Africa is a complex historical and archaeological topic with evidence primarily concentrated in North Africa, whether you mention Egypt,
Mhm.
and contemporary, so still going on, reports of ritual killings in various sub-Saharan regions. And it gave modern day Tunisia as an example between the 8th and 2nd centuries BC. It says, if I could just read this one point, it says archaeological evidence. Thousands of urns have been found containing the charred bones of infants, accompanied by stone markers dedicated to the deity Baal Hamid.
Mm.
So, you know,
Baal. We read about Baal as part of one of their gods.
I looked up too one.
Yeah.
So not only is it biblical, but you know, even in the secular history, they can't
Yeah.
try to hide
Yeah,
it.
it is there. You had something, corrupt?
Yeah, just that one of their other gods is called El, which is Allah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of them. They have a lot of gods. So get your precept, bro, and then we're gonna go back to this article.
This is Leviticus 18:1. It says, Then the Lord said to Moses, give the following instructions to the people of Israel. I am the Lord your God. So do not act like the people in Egypt where you used to live,
Damn.
or like the people of Canaan where I am taking you. You must.
It just reminds me of these Egyptology guys, bro.
They're bug outs, bro.
And he said, "Where I am taking you."
Yeah.
So the Lord was warning Jake too before he had us go in there and take over.
Yeah.
You're all gonna see some shit when you go in. This is why I'm telling you to go in there and take that land. I mean, it was promised to us, and they still.
Yeah.
So,
That's why with Noah, when it was a Ham, right, that saw him naked,
Yeah.
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 but the
Cursed be
Lord
Canaan.
cursed Canaan
Yeah.
because they were going to be living in our region,
Yeah.
doing all this
That's right.
So that kind of goes to show too that homosexuality can be like a gateway into. It is a gateway into the land.
Oh, yeah.
Into fucking wicked demonic shit.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, I was watching I think the elders in Dallas yesterday, bro, and they mentioned that.
That's
that literally what you just said, bro, that this world, you basically got to be great.
And they tell you that too, like, and it sounds so bugged the fuck out, but a lot of that, when they go deeper into like the kind of shit that Polite would push, they go into something called the Kundalini and all this shit about how like it's really like how you get divine inspiration as a man by being penetrated.
What?
Well, what about
That's what they
their,
say.
wasn't there,
But it's not until that, and it's not until you go through with that like for instance, if you're an artist, that you start getting all the good shit and you start making your masterpieces and shit.
Well, that was Aleister Crowley.
Exactly.
Thing called comatose lucidity, which is the most power can be gained by popping a prepubescent boy.
Come on. Oh yeah, they call it the Eye of Horus too.
Yeah.
So that when you see fucking Polite with that's what that represents.
eyeliner?
Yeah, the eyeline.
But also, wasn't there creation story?
Oh yeah. The Egyptian creation story about man,
Yeah.
about semen being mixed
On
and,
lettuce.
and
Someone
consumed
ate
and
lettuce.
just it gets crazy because the same way they say that life that blood has life force in it
Yeah.
is the same way they say something similar for semen.
Fucked out.
So as a man, like if you receive another man, you receive his creative essence as well, and that's where you get like the whole shit with Hollywood and the music industry and shit like that.
Yeah.
So the most nastiest things is what they adopt,
Yeah.
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 which they learn from these Hamites, man. These Hamites were nasty, man.
African
What precept was that?
Go ahead and finish your
Yeah.
one.
I'm on Leviticus 18:3.
Yeah, finish yours.
What is that? What version, bro? NLT?
NLT. Continuing, it says, so do not act like the people in Egypt
Mm-hmm.
where you used to live, or like the people of Canaan where I am taking you. You must not imitate their way of life. You must obey all my regulations and be careful to obey my decrees, for I am the Lord your God. If you obey my decrees and my regulations, you will find life through them. I am the Lord.
That's it.
What book was
That's
that?
it.
So Leviticus 18:1-5.
This is Joshua, right? Where he was saying to not to burn everything.
Yeah, burn it all.
Robes and
Burn everything.
all that. That's why that dude that kept that fucking fish god garment and shit.
Got contaminated.
Right. Yeah. Contaminated Israel.
I don't know
and shit
what
was
kind
going
of fucking
bad.
Biological
You
material.
don't know what kind of fucking fluids were spilled on that shit.
Yeah.
So the land where the Lord was gonna take us, and what they were doing witchcraft, wicked sacrifices, murdering children, devouring men's flesh,
Hey, bro,
Man.
if I can say,
idolatry. Go ahead.
Spirit chuckers.
because you know what happened with the Agan in the Valle of Acor, the Valley of Acor?
Uh-huh.
That's a big mancha
Stain.
stain for Israel.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the lowest. That's why I don't know what scripture is that is saying that from the Valley of Acre, a door of hope or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's our
Lowest
state,
point.
lower state where the Lord was gonna bring us back.
Right.
Mhm.
But the Valley of Acre, what happened with Achan, it was a big stain for Israel.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's in Isaiah
Yeah,
because it's gonna be changed to something of hope.
yeah,
Because in order for us to be in the kingdom, there has to be peace.
yeah.
And when you read it, it's in Isaiah. I forgot particularly.
It's Hosea's too. I remember.
Oh yeah, Hosea too,
Hosea too. Yeah,
from the top. But basically, when we're in the kingdom, we have to be at peace, and we can't be thinking about past trauma.
Mhm.
So that past trauma is going to be changed to comfort. It's in it's in Hosea too. But we don't have to go there, Akia.
Yeah. Finish your precept, Akia, or that was it?
That was it, bro.
Okay, let's go back to the article.
Come on, a little bit more. A little bit more. It says,
Some passages.
yeah, in some passages, the reference is clearly to a deity to whom human sacrifice was made, particularly in the valley of Hinnom on the southwest of Jerusalem Hill. 2 Kings 23:10, Jeremiah 32:35, at a site known as Topheth, fire pit in Syriac language. The New Bible Dictionary, and then it says, the ancients would heat this idol up with fire until it was glowing.
Yep. Talking about Moloch. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Then they would take their newborn babies, place them on the arms of the idol, and watch them burn to death. I can't help but compare today's abortion massacre to the sacrifice of children by these ancient pagans. In both, innocent life is destroyed for the gain of the parent.
Yeah, innocent life destroyed by the gain of the parent, which is what you were saying, right?
Yeah.
That it basically is the same thing. It's just continuing
Yeah.
with this. Not only the abortion clinics, but this human trafficking rings, man.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of children get sacrificed through those rings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we got a clear picture of, and we only went into like one God, right? Out of all this pantheon of gods that they have, but it's enough to give us a picture of what they were doing there. So let's go to Genesis 15 and starting at 16.
Mhm.
Yeah. Genesis 15 and verses 16.
Mm-hmm.
But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full.
So the Lord was allowing time to go by, and because the Amorites are basically Canaanites. You know, they were the people in our land.
Yeah.
For those sins and those wickedness to just stack up, so we can be justified on taking the land. You know.
Yeah, because the Amorites, it was like the principal uh, tribe, and then because it's doing un resumen,
Mhm.
which is Amura, and then the others, it's a principle. It was the principle.
The Hivites and the Jebusites
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
Amorites were the head of those Canaanites.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can continue. Go all the way up to 21.
Oh, okay, sure. What scripture is that?
It's Genesis 15 and 16.
Yeah.
Genesis 15 and verses 17. And it came to pass that when the sun went down and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces. In the same day the Lord made a covenant with Abraham, saying, Unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates, the Canaanites, and the Kizanites, and the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Rephaites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Girgashites, and the Jebusites.
Exactly. So, you know, the brother had mentioned, um, that, you know, that it was Ham that saw Noah naked. Let's go there, right? Genesis 9 and 20. Because this what we're gonna read right here, it tells you that Noah ended up cursing Canaan. And it's so spiritual, you know, because it was Ham who actually saw the nakedness,
Right.
but the curse went to Canaan because Canaan
Who's going to eventually be in possession of the land,
exactly
of our land.
and do all this wickedness there, right? And the Lord was gonna let those wickedness stack up until it was time for us to go in there
Clean house.
and clean house.
Yeah.
So if a brother can get it, Genesis 9 and 20.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. There's Genesis 9 and you said start at 20?
Yeah.
Genesis 9 and 20. And Noah began to be a husbandman,
Mm-hmm.
and he planted a vineyard.
So a husbandman is just basically like a farmer.
Yeah.
And then the vineyard, it takes a lot of labor to actually build a vineyard. It's a laborer's work.
Yeah. And like brothers like to point out, you can only speculate, what he saw, because like everybody on the earth, it was flooded. And his first instinct was to make that vineyard into drink. All right, so you extrapolate that he saw some shit. Right?
Oh, yes.
What he saw, what he felt, what he heard.
All those voices, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It says, verse 21, and he drank of the wine and was drunk.
When you see those videos of like a flood or some shit that hits a place,
A tsunami, yeah.
it's fucked up.
Yeah, come on.
Hey. He said, I just want to forget about that already.
It reminds me of
I just want to drink and be at peace now.
it reminds me of when we're gonna be delivered out of here, and it speaks about how the remnant, they were a Friday, because we're gonna see some shit, when we're changing that to a blink of an eye.
Think of the bodies that he had to sail through.
Yeah, gone,
bro.
Everybody
Imagine
had
too,
drunk.
like the earth, even the land itself looked different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because the flood changed the face of the earth.
The fishes up.
Geography, the geography and everything was just different.
Just the fact that it was raining. I've never rained.
Like, it just never rained at all.
Gone.
Right. Damn. Yeah, and then like they were used to just all the landmass just being one.
Yeah.
And now they're different landmasses and shit. So it's just like trippy, like what? Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
All land.
All land.
Gone.
Hey, bro, I saw one motherfucker that he was extrapolating a lot, and he was saying like, oh, what happened with Moses? No, with Noah, is that his grandson rape him, and that's why he cursed him.
What
Oh,
the hell?
Yeah,
Oh, hell no.
yeah, because I saw one video he was saying that,
Yeah.
and it's basically like the Lord
What
saved.
camp was that, Ak?
No, it was a random.
That's random casting.
Yeah, damn.
Leave it to the Christians to just make
Yeah.
it.
Who's a gay shark?
Yeah.
And it's like if the Lord saved him from a flood, he ended up with that. Hell,
That's bugging.
But it's
Yeah.
bugged out.
Right. He just got a little too nice and loose, and then his son saw him naked and
Yeah.
laughed and didn't cover him up.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we're about to
That
read
was-
it.
yeah.
It's,
Yeah, go to 21.
verse 21. And he drank of the wine and was drunken,
Mm-hmm.
and he was uncovered within his tent.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without.
So that's a very important point right there, because first thing that you gotta understand is that, you know, it's not like today where like you're just used to seeing a lot of disrespect
Mhm.
towards parents,
Yeah.
and you see it on YouTube and they just have no honor or respect for their parents. Well, it was not like that back then.
Yeah.
Respecting your parent and honoring your parent was a big
I
thing.
mean, that's the commandment, right? Honor thy father and thy mother.
Exactly.
And even though it wasn't written yet,
It was oral.
there was an oral law.
It was
Yeah.
understood.
It was understood.
So basically what happened here is that really this should have been a private situation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he went and told. So he basically shamed his father.
It shows you the spirit
Yeah.
that he had on him, you know?
Yeah.
Probably laughing and shit, probably fucking pointing finger. And his brothers were like, what the hell?
Yeah, because you're gonna see the reaction of the brothers was completely different. Go ahead.
Yeah. It says, verse 23, and Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backwards, and they saw not their father's nakedness.
That's it. So the situation was so sensitive, you know,
Yeah,
that they even walk backwards, so they don't see anything.
exactly. Yeah.
Put the garment over their shoulder, walk backwards, you know, and then
Covered him up.
and then they cover them up. You know that. So this is what he should have done, but he didn't, because that's his spirit is just not right, man.
That fucking homo demon up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, verse 24, and Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall be unto his brethren.
Yeah, and I think it was Korab that mentioned that, right? So he cursed Canaan. He didn't curse Ham. He cursed Canaan because eventually, the brother Shaboy too mentioned it. Eventually, they were going to be in possession of our land. They're going to be doing the wickedness, and that's going to give us the justification of like cleaning house,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 26, and he said, blessed be the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of Shem and Canaan, Salaki of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
Mm-hmm.
It says, God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
Mm-hmm.
And Noah lived after the flood 350 years.
I think we can stop right there, bro.
Go.
Yeah, that was the point right there. Let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon. I think you left up on 6. You can read 7.
Going back to Wisdom of Solomon. So lucky, bro. What chapter was it?
12.
Okay, come.
So Wisdom of Solomon 12, and yeah, you could read 6 again.
Come. Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 6. It says, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help, that the land which thou esteemest above all other might receive a worthy colony of God's children.
Yeah, the Israelites.
Yeah. It says, nevertheless, even those thou sparest as men, and didst send wasps, forerunners of thine host, to destroy them by little and little. So the Lord was plaguing them
Yeah, the Lord was plaguing them.
before he sent this in there. It says,
He was trying to get them out of that land.
right.
Yeah.
It says, not that thou wast unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle, or to destroy them at once with cruel beasts, or with one rough word, but executing thy judgments upon them by little and little, thou gavest them place of repentance, not being ignorant that they were a naughty generation, and that their malice was bred in them. And so ultimately, we know that the Lord, duality, right?
Yeah.
It says, and that their cogitation would never be changed.
Yeah, their cogitation never be changed. Their
were
the
made
way
that
that
way.
they think, the way that they think
Yeah.
is never gonna change.
They would never go into repentance.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not until the kingdom where we beat it out of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It
It's
says,
not,
Yep.
it's not in them to feel bad with the shit that they do.
It's dirty hammer.
there's just dirty Hamites. It says, for it was a cursed seed from the beginning.
So we read that it was a cursed seed from the beginning,
Yeah.
and he was cursed by Noah when he cursed Canaan.
Cursed be Canaan. It says, neither didst thou for fear of any man give them pardon for those things wherein they sinned. For they shall say, what hast thou done? Or who shall withstand thy judgment?
Mm-hmm.
Or who shall accuse thee for the nations that perish?
Yeah,
whom
when
thou
the-
made?
When the verse ends, you can finish there.
God. Or who shall come to stand against thee to be revenged for the unrighteous man?
Yep. So we're gonna go to the book of Genesis, and we're gonna start in 6.
I got it. A quick one, bro.
Yep.
Wanna grab it?
10 and 6. Genesis
I
10.
got it, bro.
Mhm.
This is like.
Never mind.
Oh,
Bye.
Genesis.
No, after.
After?
You good, bro. All right, Genesis 10 and 6. This is the subtitle is Descendants of Ham. Verse 6. The descendants of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The descendants of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, and Sabteka. The descendants of Ramah were
If we could, if you want, brothers can check out a map that I sent right now. It's from the Bible History Online. Read the verse 6 again.
Verse 6. The descendants of Ham were Cush,
Mm-hmm.
Mizraim, Put, and Canaan.
Yeah, and you can see in the map right there. So you see Cush and the area by Ethiopia. Those are the Cushites right there.
Yeah.
Mizraim, that's Egypt. Put is right there by Libya. And where's Canaan? In our land.
Yeah.
Right? And you can also see by the Tigris and the Euphrates River, Nimrod right there. That's where he set up after the flood, right?
Yeah.
Set up that kingdom.
That's a good map right here.
Yeah, that's a good map.
See.
So yeah, read 6 again, Baba Kasha.
Verse 6. The descendants of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. The descendants of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, and Sabteka. The descendants of Ramah were Sheba and Dedan.
Yeah, we see those in the map. Sheba's there, Dedan, right? Those are all the descendants of Cush.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. Cush was also the ancestor of Nimrod,
Right.
who was the first heroic warrior on earth.
And in the KJV, it says he began to be a mighty one in the earth.
Yeah, let's read that in the KJV.
I got it, bro. It says, and Cush begat Nimrod.
Mm-hmm.
He began to be a mighty one in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord.
Exactly. So Nimrod is an important figure to go into.
Battle.
Yeah. So basically let's
Might have been hunting men too, like you were going into. For those rituals and shit.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, because of the gods that even he established in his regions where he established the cities. So can you drill down on some of these words? Let's go to Nimrod first.
Well, brother, I had a quick precept.
Oh, go ahead.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Psalms 106 and 37. Yea, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils and shed innocent blood. even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan.
Damn.
And the land was polluted with blood. So before our people did it, Canaan was just killing kids and sacrificing all type of people, children to idols.
That's a great precept. So,
You wanted Nimrod in the definition?
yeah, Baba Kasha.
Nimrod. It says Nimrod outline of biblical usage. Nimrod equals rebellion or the valiant. So rebellion is what his name means.
Yeah.
And you know, rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
So that's what they were practicing.
let's also, if a brother can look up the word valiant. Valiant, so like I don't have it here.
Valiant. It means
Yeah.
like brave.
Yeah, because basically this dude was on fire with his rebellion, bro.
Yeah.
It's not just like this dude is just not like lukewarm with the rebellion. This dude was on fire with his rebellion, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it said that he specifically wanted to build that tower so that if the Lord were to ground the earth again, that they'd be able to escape.
Yeah, he wanted to sit at the top
Yeah.
and escape. You
Yeah.
know. So he was. Do we have that word valiant?
Yeah, bro, I got it. It says valiant from the early 14th century, originates from Old French, meaning brave, strong, or worthy.
Mm.
It says also it stems from the Latin valere, to be strong, to be well, be worth, have power.
Yeah, he was strong with his rebellion, man. This is not a typical dude right here. This is this guy was a very rebellious.
In the AI, it says it's often refers to determined efforts, such as a valiant attempt.
That's right.
It comes from the word Hebrew. The root word is gobar.
Okay.
Gobar.
Let's read 8 again. Genesis 8 and 10.
10 and 8.
10 and 8, Salakia.
This is and Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth.
Yeah.
Continue 9.
Yeah, continue. Because basically, the point I want to make is that he keeps repeating this word mighty, which we're going to get that word, but he repeats it 3 times. Right? So go ahead.
Verse 9. He was a mighty hunter before the Most High.
Yeah.
Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter.
The mighty hunter. So let's get that word mighty. Should be
Mighty.
Gibor.
Mighty hunter. Oh yeah, Khan, yep. Gabor or Gabar.
Yeah,
And it says strong, mighty. Strong man, brave man, mighty man.
Exactly. So
Warrior.
now let's go to
Soldier.
the root word
Mighty.
for Gibar. Should be Gabar.
gobar. Yeah.
Oh, the root?
Yeah, the root.
Okay. For mighty, yep. It says intensive from Gabar, yep, Gabar, to prevail, have strength, be strong, be powerful, be mighty, be great, strong, mighty, to prevail, strengthen, to confirm, to show oneself might, to act proudly
Towards
toward God.
to act. That's it. That's it.
Nimrod was on his
So Nimrod, right? He said he was a mighty hunter 3 times, bro. This mighty is he's a rebellious, and he acts proudly towards God. That's what the whole tower was about, man.
You know why? Because that's the way to witchcraft.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, rebellion goes to
Yeah.
wage war
Yeah.
against cities like they're in rebellion to the Heavenly Father. Let me get this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the David Gusick commentary for Genesis 10 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
It says, this is not talking about Nimrod's ability to hunt wild game.
Mm.
He was not a hunter of animals. He was a hunter of men.
That's heavy, bro.
Damn.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yep. It says, Jerusalem Targum says he was powerful in hunting and in wickedness before the Lord. For he was a hunter of the sons of men.
Wow.
And he said to them, "Depart from the judgment of the Lord, and adhere to the judgment of Nimrod."
That's, man, this shit makes me think about that video of that Hamite that was like, "I will eat you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking barbecue.
Yeah, bro. Like,
That nigga-
it's crazy, bro.
They'll
do
General
it.
Barbecue.
They'll do it.
Yeah,
Man.
do it.
Oh wait, no. General Barbecue is the Haitian dude. General
Yeah.
Butt Naked
Yeah,
is the Hamite one.
Okay.
Yeah,
the
that was-
Vice documentary.
Yeah, with the kid soldiers and shit.
Yeah. General Butt Naked.
Even when even the Haitians that do that wicked shit, they just copying the Canaanites.
yeah.
You know, the voodoo and all of that.
Is there more right there?
Yeah. So no, that was it. That was his acts proudly against God. So it basically gives you what type of dude this was, what his reputation was. You know,
Yeah.
it's a whole demon. So you can continue on Genesis 10 and 10, bro.
And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel and Erech
Yeah.
and Akkad and Calneh in the land of Shinar.
The land of Shinar, which is that area between the Tigris and
Should be Iraq, no, in Iraq.
yeah, Tigris and the Euphrates, that area, and all of those. When you drill down on all this, like for example, Babel, right? That's just confusion, right?
Yeah.
Right. So when you drill down on all these words, they have a very spiritual meaning. But you can continue for now.
Right. Elder Yashawamba,
Mm-hmm.
I think he did a lesson where he brought out at camp
Okay.
that there's three Babylonians, or there's three Babylons in the scriptures. The first one is the Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
The second one is the Babylonian
The
Empire.
Neo-Babylonian
Yeah,
Empire,
yeah,
or
Neo-Babylonian Empire.
Assyrio-Babylonian Empire.
And the third one is America.
Yep.
Yeah.
Babylon the Great.
Damn, crucial. Yeah, continue on 11.
Verse 11. Out of that land went forth Ashur and builded Nineveh and the city Rehoboth and Calah and Rezin between Nineveh and Calah. The same as a great city.
Yeah, let's get that resin. Let's get that word resin between
verse 12.
verse 12, between Nineveh and Calah.
Okay. Rezin, Rasana or Rasan. It says a bridle, a place in Assyria between Nineveh and Calah.
So it means bridle.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, what a bridle is it's an instrument that controls wild animals.
Yeah, like a horse.
Like a horse, right?
Yeah.
So basically, what this dude was trying to do is take full control. Okay, that was his main thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, like that scripture, I think, what was it? Bridle, not the ox.
The ox.
Yeah.
It's like tilling the ground and stuff.
That was pretty
It's
much
working for it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. No, because I just wanted to get that bridle.
Yep.
Just
Close.
because the bridle that it helps you control a like a horse. It basically that's what he was doing. He wanted to just control the people,
Yeah.
and having them follow these wicked ways.
That's the first model of the New World Order.
Control, total control.
control.
There's one more in there. Kala. Let's get that Kala.
Calah.
Is a verse 12. Yeah.
Calah. Calah. Yep. It says vigor. One of the most ancient cities in Assyria, maybe modern Nimrud, located at the confluence of the Tigris and Zab rivers. It says, Jusinia's Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, completion, finishing.
Is that in verse 12, Salakia?
Yeah.
Yeah, Calah is in there.
Verse 12.
In the last word in verse 12, right? Let me see.
Yeah, like I'll bring it up again. Yeah. Well,
Calah, the same as a great city.
Calah, right there. Great city.
Oh, vigor. Okay,
Yeah.
Salakia, bro. I meant to get another word. Let's go to the Kala in verse 11. I think that might be the one, Salakia.
Okay.
Or is that the same?
It's the same.
It's the same one. Yeah.
Hey, but this goes to show you that these
Let me see.
These
Did you read for both?
they can't they have no discipline.
Yeah.
Why?
They have no discipline. They cannot enter into
It's
something
it's
orderly. They're
Fortress
just
of Anu.
wild like
Means
that.
Fortress
You
of
know what I mean?
Anu.
Establishing
Are you sure?
their own way.
Check out a shoe.
No, that's not it.
Even you could bring out your point, bro.
Yeah. So basically, well, this brother is going through some of these cities on verse 11 and 10. I'm gonna share some information from the Britannica Encyclopedia going into Anu because one of those cities is called the Fortress of Anu, and Anu is this god that they worship. So let me just share that real quick.
You're not gonna go into Seth and Horus, are you?
No,
Okay.
it's just too many.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. Because I was looking it up and it said that sexual dominance was a prominent thing
That's that shit.
within Canaan. So
I'll find it.
basically one man sexually dominating another one.
Try it.
Showing that you're over them. What? That's the whole story of Seth and
There you go.
Yeah.
Horus, I think.
So what verse was that?
That was in verse. It was in verse 10, and the word is Kalna,
Okay.
and it says Kalna or Kalno, fortress of Anu,
Mhm.
city of Babylonia, named among the cities of Nimrod.
That's it.
Yeah, near Aleppo.
Now we're gonna go into this God Anu. If a brother can read the information that I share.
This is a new Mesopotamian sky god, a
Mhm.
member of the triad of deities computed by Enlil and Ea. Enki. Like most sky gods, Anu, although theoretically the highest god, played only a small role in the mythology, hymns, and cults of Mesopotamia. He was the father not only of all the gods, but also of evil spirits and demons.
Yeah. So this Anu was the father of all the gods. Remember, it's a pantheon of gods that they worship, and also evil spirits and demons, according to what they believe. You know.
Most prominently, the demoness, the Mashtu, who preyed on infants.
Who preyed on infants, bro?
They had a tower to this. Okay.
Says Anu was also the god of kings and of the yearly calendar. He was typically depicted in a headdress with horns, a sign of strength.
That's it. So this is what these dudes are all about, man. Okay, and from here, I think is what we can do is jump to Genesis 11. Now that we establish a little bit on this dude Nimrod, because there's a lot of stuff to go into.
One from the top, right?
Yeah, from the top of Kashat.
Genesis 11 and 1 says, "And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar."
Yeah, the land of Shinar, which is the area that we saw on the map between the Tigris and the Euphrates. And so this is something that, sounds common, just like the other things that we were talking about, with Esau, as far as like the sacrifices and the drinking of the blood and the cannibalism. And now this is basically copying this dude right here, which is basically like a one world order, what he was trying to establish here.
Right.
First of all.
Says, verse 2 again, "And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. Said that first. Right. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth."
Yeah, so basically this whole thing right here was this whole thing right here was a big rebellion.
That's what Babel is symbolic for: confusion, rebellion, false religion, right?
Right.
And just being prideful against the Most High.
Yeah.
Just one, that's the original mixing pot.
Just in Genesis 9, it's told them to spread over the whole earth.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And a brother can hold Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 30.
Want that right now?
Or actually, yeah, you can get it right now. Start at 27, and then we'll go back to that Genesis. Because the idols things keep coming up.
Yeah. It says using big bricks and asphalt for mortar.
Mm-hmm.
It says men built a tower that was strong, that was both strong and waterproof, even as Noah used the same material in waterproofing the ark.
Yeah, they used a special building or a special way to make that brick.
Yeah.
I forgot the exact.
They cooked it.
Yeah.
They cooked it because cooking that type of element or rock, it was like a compound. It'll harden it, and it can endure weight. And it was basically something called a ziggurat.
Right.
Oh yeah.
A ziggurat is basically like somewhat like of a pyramid type of structure, and it's squared off, and then the next floor is like a layer that's a little bit less.
Yeah.
And then the next floor it's a little bit less, but the brick that's underneath the top layer, it can hold that weight. So that's how they did it. It was called something called a ziggurat.
This is the architecture was inspired by that to make towers.
Yeah.
Like,
If you must Google the foundations of ziggurats, there's something similar to them.
Isn't those cigarettes like almost like a pyramid-like shape?
Yeah.
And it was waterproof. Crazy.
Go to that Wisdom, Babu Kasha.
And the reason why it was waterproof is because they were thinking of surviving another flood.
Yeah.
Wow.
It said later Moses' mother used the same material in waterproofing Moses' basket.
Wow.
I looked it up. I asked chat, and it said, how advanced was it for cigarettes, right? It says, for the ancient world, the engineering was remarkable because it required organized labor, centralized government, resource management, mathematics, transportation systems, and architectural planning.
Mm.
It says the story itself suggests humanity had become technology we refined after the flood. It's came all together.
Massive operation.
You know?
You want me to get that?
Yeah, Babu Kasha. You can start at 27.
Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 27. For the worshipping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause and the end of all evil.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Go ahead.
For either they are mad when they be merry, or prophesy lies, or live unjustly, or else lightly forswear themselves. For insomuch as their trust is in idols, which have no life, though they swear falsely, yet they look not to be hurt.
Yeah, so this is kind of like self-explanatory, right?
Yeah.
They have no life, man. These idols that they be worshiping.
Yeah. They can't like hop out of a burning building.
Right.
You know.
You could read the last
30.
verse 30.
Howbeit for both causes shall they be justly punished, both because they thought not well of the Most High, giving heed unto idols, and also unjustly swore in deceit, despising holiness.
That's it. And before going back to, were you gonna say something, Nakia?
Yeah, can the brother read verse 27?
Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon 14:27. For the worshipping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. No?
Yeah, because that's why the Lord was heavy on us to know, fuck with idols.
Yeah.
Because that's the beginning of us being drunk.
Yeah.
So it corrupts your judgment, and you start doing stupid shit against the Lord, against your people, against everybody. Mhm. But you thought that's what the Lord, the God likes, whatever. Because in what it was, It's the false idea of God. You
Yeah.
know, that in verse 30 it says.
I forgot which chapter it goes into it, but I believe Jeremiah, it says Israel had a whore's forehead, and they went off to all these fucking gods because they thought it was gonna help them for their different needs like rain, agriculture, and having children and all this shit. Most High was in charge of it all.
Bro,
That's it.
that's it. Let go ahead, right?
Oh no, go ahead. You have something?
No, it's just from it was in the scripture where it says the Lord is comparing Israel. I think it's Hosea too. I keep going back to where it says that you were looking for your idols and you thought that they were giving it to you, but it was me.
Yeah. That's it.
Yep. That's it. Yeah.
Go back to what is it? Genesis 11, the tower.
Genesis 11, picking it up at verse 5, says, "And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language.
Mm-hmm.
And this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do."
Yeah, and their imagination was wicked, man.
Imagination.
You know,
It says,
and that's basically a big rebellion. That whole thing.
Yeah.
And also, there's a carbon copy of it. Um, it says I just have a little bit of information.
Oh yeah,
The Strasbourg Parliament building. It says meant to look like the unfinished Tower of Babel mentioned in the Old Testament. If Scripture is a dead book and no relevance, why is this based on the biblical design according to the Parliament officials themselves?
it's rebellion against the Most High.
Yeah.
And then I think also I don't know if I can find it, but in old artwork for the EU building,
Yeah.
it's also the same thing. The same building showing the Tower of Babel.
The New World Order is like the new Tower of Babel. type
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. I'll put it in the chat. Right here.
In Psalm 2 in the NLT, it says, why did the heathen rage? But down in the verses, it says, let us free ourselves from slavery to the Most High.
Dang.
What?
See?
Well, the scripture says, "Whoso resisted his will, that's the heathens. That's Esau. So they could change their own destiny. I have no.
Yeah, we can finish that 11, Babu Kasha.
verse 7 says, "Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth."
That's it. So basically, they were confounded, man, just like this new Tower of Babel is going to be confounded. Let's go back to Genesis 10, Babu Kasha. I think you had it right.
Yeah.
Nawala.
This is a cut to all the people that say, oh, we're all one people and
Yeah.
we all believe the same and
Like
that type of philosophy. Yeah, coexist.
That's it.
Yeah, the Most High divided up the nation because he doesn't want us to be together.
Yeah.
He's always been separate.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's confusion too.
right.
Which though confusion is it says a con which means with and then fusion, which is everything all together combined. It just makes everything confused. Makes everything unclear.
Hey, we can't dwell with these fucking Hamites, bro, after all the stuff that we just read.
Hell no.
They call
Well, that
America-
account of in Genesis like about the woman, the guy with the Hamite.
Tina?
She got defiled.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
No, not that account where the child came cursed the Most High.
Oh, the Egyptian.
The Egyptian. Well, it was a Israelite woman that got with a Hamite. Yeah.
the child came and, you know, pushed him aside.
Damn.
Showing you that it's,
Right.
it's just
Yeah.
not gonna work.
Right. Yeah. It's not gonna work. Yeah. Right.
Good point.
Oh, terror baby.
Shit, we try to make peace with Esau, can't fucking do it. It doesn't work. Later.
Yeah, you're gonna pick it up on Genesis 10 and 13, Akia.
In Genesis 10 and 13, it says, and Mizraim begat Ludim and Anamim and Lehabim and Nephatuhim and Pethluzim and Kasluhim, out of whom came Philistim and Caphtharim. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth. And
So that's going into Canaan again. Let's edify a little bit on Mizraim. Well, let's go into that word, right? Mizraim, Matazarium in the Hebrew.
I'm grabbing it right now.
Okay.
In Genesis 10, going into Mizraim, land of the Copts,
Mm-hmm.
a country at the northeastern section of Africa adjacent to Palestine. Double Straits.
Yeah. So that's basically Egypt.
Yeah.
Right? So that's basically Egypt right there. And let's go ahead and get that prophecy in Genesis 15, and we can start at 13.
And I got it. It said Genesis 15 and 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years.
Yeah, 400 years, which a lot of recently, a couple of years back, people were, bringing that information which is false, that the 400 years of captivity was here and man, Babylon, which is all wrong. This is basically history. We were already in captivity. This prophecy was talking about what happened. Yeah, it was fulfilled already. What happened in the ancient, and if they would have kept reading, they would have basically understood. Go ahead, read 14.
14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance, which is what happened.
Yep.
And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full.
Yeah, so we can stop right there and then jump to Exodus 12 and 33. Baba Kasha.
Exodus 12 and 30.
Just building on this time period of slavery, man.
Yeah, because Egypt was like one of the greatest kingdoms, man.
Mm-hmm.
But the scripture just said that the Lord will judge them. Everything that they went through right there with the plagues of Egypt, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is Exodus 12 and 33, right? Yeah, no, just to back up the point of the this is already took place. We basically, the scripture said that we spoiled the Egyptians. Go ahead.
It says, and the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, we be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment.
Mm-hmm.
Funny that it said the word borrowed, right?
Yeah, borrowed. Well, if you read it in the NLT, read it in the NLT?
Come on, Exodus 12 and 33.
Yeah.
In the NLT. Second. Exodus 12 and 33. It says, all the Egyptians urged the people of Israel to get out of the land as quickly as possible, for they thought, we will all die.
Mm.
The Israelites took their bread dough before yeast was added. They wrapped their kneading boards in their cloaks and carried them on their shoulders. And the people of Israel did as Moses had instructed. They asked the Egyptians for clothing and articles of silver and gold.
I mean, after all them plagues, they were just willing to like
Yeah.
Take it off.
take it all, you know?
Yeah.
Just leave.
Yeah. Read one more verse.
Well, when you go into when Moses firstly went to go talk to Pharaoh, he was ready to let Israel go, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Lord stiffened his
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
He was ready to let Israel go, man. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
Egypt had to go, man.
Yeah.
And then it says in Romans 9 that he has done the same shit with Esau. He hardened his heart.
Yep.
But he's doing that. He did that shit with Pharaoh and Eve so he can show his power when it fucks him up.
And magnify his name.
Yeah.
That goes to show you, like it says in the scriptures, both the deceived and the deceiver is, man.
That's it.
Right.
All right.
36, it says, the Lord caused the Egyptians to look favorably on the Israelites, and they gave the Israelites whatever they asked for. So they stripped the Egyptians of their wealth.
Yeah, they stripped the Egyptians of their wealth, spoiled the Egyptians, man. So that backs up, just to back up the basically the prophecy on Genesis 15 and 13.
Yeah.
You know, and 14 as well. Right? So let's go to the beginning of the of just to prove that point, you know, to go ahead and bring out the prophecy to prove that point that was talking about the ancient Egypt. But let's build on the beginning of that captivity. So
Right.
go to Exodus 1 and 1.
Yeah, and this right here is also too Revelations 13:9 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Because these Hamites, they gotta you know what I mean? They gotta go into captivity too.
Yeah, bro. Go ahead, Exodus 1
It's,
and 1.
Exodus 1 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
It says, now these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls.
Mm-hmm.
For Joseph was in Egypt already.
Yeah, we know the story. He was in Egypt already. His brother sold him, right? And he basically got favor from Pharaoh because he was able to interpret his dream, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead, continue.
Verse 6. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceedingly mighty.
Mm-hmm.
And the land was filled with them.
Mm-hmm.
Now there arose a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
Yeah, so this is when the hardcore slavery started, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more mighty than we.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them out of the land.
Mm.
Therefore they did set over them taskmasters, taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities. It says Pithom and Ramses.
Yeah, they had taskmaster over us, and we had to build this treasure cities.
Which were the
Yeah,
pyramids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it.
Hey, these heathens know that we're better than them because it says mightier than
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah, they saw it. He said that.
it scared them.
Esau have King Tut exhibition all summer and nobody will fucking go and shit.
Yeah.
So we
Yep. Go ahead.
Verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
Yeah.
And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. All right. It says, and the Egyptians.
So Mizraim,
Yep.
Matazarium,
Yeah.
descendants of Ham, these Egyptians, nowadays what, the Sudanese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason why it was changed was because of the Greeks.
Right.
It was called Matazarium. It was known as Matazarium, but the Greek Empire changed it. Just like when you read Exodus 38, Libya is Put, Ethiopia is Cush in Hebrew. Go ahead.
This is verse 13. It says, and the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field.
All manner of service in the field. So this is the hardcore slavery that made our lives bitter, hard bondage. Okay, these are terrible conditions that they had us in. Yeah. Go ahead.
It says with hard bondage in mortar and in brick and all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor.
With rigor, man. You know, so it was terrible. So this is Mizraim. So now we can go back to Genesis 10.
It says,
You had it right. Go ahead, continue.
Verse 15 or
Yeah, yeah, you can read 13 again since we went into Mizraim.
13. And Mizraim begat Ludim and Anamim and Lehabim and Nephtuhim. 14. And Pathruzim and Kasluhim, out of whom came Philistim and Caphtorim. 15. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgasite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvadite, and Zemarite, and the Hamathite, and afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar, unto Gaza, as thou goest, and Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah, and Zeboim, even unto Lasha.
Yeah, and Sodom and Gomorrah, those are Hamites.
yeah, bro.
You know, so basically, and we know about those places being destroyed because of the level of wickedness.
It's a freak apocalypse.
You know? Finish it off in 20.
Verse 20. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations.
That's it. So from there, let's get Revelation 11 and 8.
Hey, bro,
Go ahead.
it said that the average weight of one brick of the pyramid was 2 tons, bro. 2 tons.
4,000 pounds.
That's some hard labor.
Man, it was terrible, man.
Yeah, 4,000 pounds. Fuck.
2 to 5.
Yeah, really. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds.
Yo, so our stature had to be.
Oh, yeah.
We had to go for the system.
I got it, bro. It's Revelation 11 and 8.
Yep.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Which is talking about America, man. This is that city that, you know, is basically spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt because, you know, Esau took the customs and all those things are practiced here. All those Hamitic customs are practiced here. And we are serving slavery here to this day, man.
All the tribes.
You know, all the tribes. So, but for the southern kingdom, the Hamites, they had a big part. They actually hunted Jake basically in order to sell him to the they say Europeans, but it's basically the Edomites. A lot of them were small hatters. So can I share some information from the Zanderberg Compact Bible Dictionary? Can a brother read that, Babu Kasha?
It says Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Ham the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood, he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
That's on point.
That distinction, yeah.
And when it says the dark nations, really it means the Africans, because at one point all the nations were dark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So they had a part on this transatlantic slavery, right? And also the trans-Sahara slavery, right? So these were Hamites that were basically hunting our people. The reason why I brought this information is because we're talking about 2 different people right here.
Yeah.
You know, of course, you know, the apostles brought this out years ago, you know, but it just clearly shows you that, you know, this Hamites and the Israelites were completely different people. They were not selling other Hamites. No, they were basically raiding
Yeah.
Israelites and then selling them for profit. So I found an article, if a brother can read it, Baba Kasha is confronting Africa's role in the slave trade.
To be more precise, it was the Lord with the curses. That it says te van a perseguir, they're gonna follow you.
They're persecute you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you are hiding, they're gonna get you.
They're gonna
No
get
matter
you.
where you go.
No matter where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, which this one just I mean, brothers are gonna be able to recognize it, but we're gonna have to spit out the bones a little bit on this one. But it just helps it helps us like understand that this Africans took part of all that and all that.
You sent the picture, not the article. Huh?
Yeah.
So that was the picture just had the like the title confronting, but not the article.
No, it's not the
Okay, let me see.
Is it the words under
There's
the
a little
picture?
writing underneath the picture of Gates.
All right. Let's see if it goes through now. You brothers received it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the picture.
Yeah. The article?
Yeah, it says Adobe Tricia has written a sensitive essay published in the Wall Street Journal on the African role in the transatlantic and trans-Saharan slave trade.
Mm-hmm.
She observes that the 400th anniversary of the arrival of slaves in Virginia coincides with questions about guilt and responsibility in a debate in the United States and reparations to the descendants of slaves.
Mm-hmm.
So this was probably written in 2019, because then you also had those, I don't know if they were Israelites or what, that were saying that we were going to be delivered in 2019 because it was 400 years.
Yeah.
That's it.
It says she observes that this fraught debate is largely absent in Africa. Even though Africans were deeply involved in the slave trade, Africans raised,
So basically right here, it was the Hamites that were deeply involved in the slave trade. And this is something that she doesn't understand.
Yeah.
So she just thinks right here that is Africans basically enslaving Africans. But it helps you understand what was going on.
Right, because somebody read Exodus 11 and 7 real quick.
So Exodus 11 and 7, and it says, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
That's it.
And if I get into the dog.
Yeah.
There's a difference between the Egyptians and the Israelites, man.
And you know what? What's the first difference? The clothes.
Yeah, bro.
Nosotros vestimos, we wear it.
We have
Yeah.
to wear clothes.
I mean, we circumcise the man, they circumcise, that's the covenant, They circumcise the woman, they shower in cow's piss. I mean, it's just like, this is clearly not like, they're two separate, two different people, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like the apostles. I don't know that dude, whoever they mentioned that. I don't know if it was his son or something.
Mm-hmm.
That when he was born, he let out a cry, so they were like, "It's a Hamite."
Oh, yeah.
I forget the exact story, but it was funny. But it says Africans raided for slaves, often in connivance with local chiefs. Connivance with local chiefs, and then acted as middlemen with European and Arab purchasers.
Yeah, so if we could get that word, just regular, the word raid, because they were raiding, right? I just want to see what it says, Babakashat. Just from, Google, see what it says.
I got it. Bro.
Go ahead.
It says a raid is a sudden, unexpected, and often violent attack.
It's a sudden and unexpected violent attack. So that's what they were doing to our people, man. They were basically hunting them.
It's the same thing as is doing. They call it raids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's chasing them.
Yeah, it's suddenly attacking somebody.
Yeah.
That's
You're over here chilling and they suddenly attack you.
Well, they're on game.
Yeah.
The hunters.
Yeah.
They hunt.
Yeah.
Right. David Guzit said that they hunt men.
Yeah, that was it. That was of Nimrod, and he was a Hamite. This whole people are like that, bro. That's their culture. That's their way of thinking. This wicked.
The original predators. Jake never had a chance, bro. They got caught.
Hmm? Is there a little more? That's it.
Just one more sentence. It said it aims to destroy, seize, or arrest rather than hold territory.
So they're not looking for territory. The main reason of this race was to destroy, man.
I got something, bro.
Go ahead.
It's Joel 3. I don't know if you have it.
Which one?
Joel chapter 3.
No, you can read it though.
Oh, okay. Joel chapter 3 and 4. It says, Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon,
Yep.
and all
Hamites.
and all the coasts of Palestine?
And you know what? Mentioned Tyrene and because they were the main merchants.
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 Yeah.
Sidon, yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Will ye render me a recompense? And if he recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Yeah, exactly.
Ye might remove them far from their border.
Mhm.
So they made money.
They made money. This was for
Money,
gain.
bro.
Yeah, they were not only getting like money, but they were getting certain items.
Yeah.
Oil
They-
wine.
Muskets.
For trade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh, like arms, right?
Rifles, yeah.
Rifles. They were
Yeah.
trading rifles
Yeah.
for our people.
Those
Right?
Those primitive fucks were still chucking spears.
Yeah.
Mhm.
there was a triangular American
Triangular trade.
Yeah, the trade because it was from Europe to Africa to America, and then go
America
back
to Europe.
to Europe, and then it was triangle, which
Mhm.
was the that's another name because the triangle it was
Yeah.
inside the big thing was happening.
Yeah.
You know,
The fucking transatlantic.
Yeah.
And the Trans-Sahara.
Yeah.
because the triangle was the transaction from
Hell
here
yeah.
to there,
Hell yeah.
and everything was
Yeah, it's in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can continue on the article, like yeah.
Fine. I was just trying to see this picture real quick.
Oh yeah, go
The
ahead.
triangular trade, because it was it says slave to the Americas, sugar to New England, rum and goods to Africa.
Damn.
Amongst other things. But it says she recounts stories of the ambivalence of at least some Africans about the role of their ancestors in the slave trade. She reports that Donald Duke, former governor of Calabar, Calabar State, and a good government presidential candidate in the 2019 Nigerian elections, acknowledged that his ancestors participated in the slave trade.
That's it.
However, Duke says, I'm not ashamed of it because I personally wasn't directly involved.
Really, they're not ashamed of it because really it's not their people, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they, even though they acknowledge that he acknowledged that his ancestor had to do with that, he doesn't feel bad. He doesn't acknowledge it because really it wasn't their people. They were doing that to us, to the Israelites. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Nigerians too are Jake.
Yeah, that's true.
It
It
says,
might be that he thinks he's an African. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's
So-
bones in here.
Says, however, he does not want history to be forgotten. While governor, he established a museum of Calabar's history as a slave exporting hub. Others who are deeply embarrassed by their ancestors' participation and try to hide it. And some still think, so it's bugged out because for Jake here preaching that they're the chosen people, you know, these dudes want to include everybody, the Africans and all that, but these motherfuckers were selling.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
They were raiding. They were hunting them.
They were.
you know, Israelites, man, that were jumping off the fucking ships, getting eaten by sharks and shit.
Damn.
You know, but
Because the conditions
were so bad.
were so bad. There's a method. If a brother can look it up, it was called packing.
Yeah, like sardines.
Sardines.
Sardine one. Or brother seen
They showed
the photos, right?
Yeah.
Where they were so tight. You know that it was that packing method was the worst.
Yeah.
Yep.
And our apostles and the elders bring it out all the time. Deuteronomy 28, it doesn't go into detail of it.
Get it, bro, because we're gonna close on that.
Oh, okay, go.
Yeah.
All right.
If I can,
28 and 68.
Go on.
You got a preset?
no. The person goes first.
Just hold that 28 and 68. We're gonna close on that.
Got you.
It says others who are deeply embarrassed by their ancestors' participation and try to hide it, and some still think they are paying a price for their ancestors' sins, quoting the book of Exodus that God is visiting the iniquity of the fathers and the children to the third and fourth generation.
Well, so like, you read that part again?
It says, and some still think they are paying a price for their ancestors' sins, quoting the book of Exodus that God is visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generation.
Yeah. So
And like, you know, we know Ham was selling us, but there may have been some Jake in there thinking they're Hamites,
Yeah.
you know. But we know that these fucking Hamites did have a hand, and it's in history.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's part of the curses. If your own brother is
Shava, yeah, evil eye
yeah.
on his brother.
And when Esau came to the Americans, he was doing the same thing. He was dividing our people, using the people to bring it to us.
Yeah. Shows you that with the Nat Turner thing. He was one of those niggas to dime him out, or else Nat Turner would have did way more damage.
Yeah.
But he got one of them niggas in his band to fucking to inform on.
Dang.
What are you?
Go ahead, read that
It
last
says,
part.
Nuobani's welcome report provides another dimension to the conversation about slavery in Africa as well as in the United States, but the subject is painful. Nuobani recounts a conversation with a Tanzanian now living in the United States. Because of the crimes, the pain, the humiliation I saw them, descendants of slaves, suffer in the United States, he avoided talking about his family's role in slavery, instead highlighting Tanzanian music, architecture, and poetry.
Yeah, they just want to avoid the subject. Go ahead.
Yeah. Though the histories are interlinked, former Governor Duke does not believe that Africa should play a role in the American reparations debate. After all, the focus of that debate is on maltreatment and injustice in the United States, not Africa. So they want to wash their hands.
Yeah, they just want to wash their hands. Yeah. So from
bro.
there, go ahead.
If I can say something, because in Joel 3 it says that they were exchanging us for cheap shit, basically.
Yeah.
And here it says that in Europe, ships were loaded with manufactured goods, and the lower value goods were sold in Africa in exchange for a slave supply by local allies and merchants.
Wow.
Mhm.
Because they probably didn't even know too, getting swindled and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I got this for you.
I mean, it might be cheap, but they never seen it
That's
before.
what I'm saying. They didn't see, they don't know. They're like,
They
oh
don't
shit,
know.
we're coming up.
Yeah, because what that brother had brought out was crucial information that they kept sending rum to
Yeah.
Africa.
See that?
Yeah.
Because Esau was also trying to seduce the
Cheap
Hamites.
shit.
Yep. Cheap shit.
Yeah, they're over there thinking like, what is this magic drink?
Yeah.
You know, we can keep selling these Israelites for magic drink.
So you can buy a Hamite cheap too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If if you better seen that new Animal Farm, we're talking about it. I was talking about it with Wide, but the new Animal Farm movie was based on George Orwell's novel. But one of the laws that the animals had amongst them was never drink magic juice, and magic juice is something to get you drunk. And because there's information on it, how the Hamites were easily seduced with stuff like that,
Yeah.
muskets, and they never seen any firearms and stuff like that you mentioned.
Makes
Yeah.
sense too, because alcohol, it kind of alters your consciousness.
Your decision.
So it would make exactly. So it would make sense that Ham would be intrigued with something that would help them with their rituals.
Yeah.
It's basically, are you giving me this for my food? Okay, good. There's more. There's plenty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically it.
Yeah, it's
Fucking people.
that's the spirit that you said for my food, because basically you know that they're cannibals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There's a plenty.
There's
Shit.
Yep.
Even exchange. It's simple, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead up.
So I got one more article if a brother can read it, and it's just very short.
It says the transatlantic slave trade in the Middle Passage.
Mm-hmm.
The transatlantic slave trade involved the purchase by Europeans of
Those Europeans were Edomites and small hatters.
of enslaved men, women, and children.
So they were raiding when they were doing their raids, and they were just doing those sudden attacks to get our people. They were going after men, women, and children. Those were the people that were being sold. They were selling men, women, and children.
They had that one tribe too of women. I forgot the name, but it was like super beautiful women
Oh yeah.
that would go for like a lot.
They were being sold and shit.
They were being sold. Yeah, I forgot their name. But yep. It says,
Take it from the top. It's short, anyways.
yep, the transatlantic slave trade involved the purchase by Europeans of enslaved men, women, and children from Africa and their transportation to the Americas, where they were sold for profit.
Yep.
Between 1517 and 1867, about 12.5 million Africans began the Middle Passage across the Atlantic, enduring cruel treatment, disease, and paralyzing fear aboard slave ships.
Yep, that's it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I cut it right there.
That's just Southern Kingdom, bro. How much more
yeah.
Northern and all that?
Like brothers say, Esau's statistics are soft estimates.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Conservative estimate.
What did Yashar say? Multiply it by 5 or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the condition we talked about the packing, right?
Oh yeah.
The conditions were terrible inside those things, but ultimately, these Hamites made it easy for them to just go and bite our people, just because they did the legwork. They hunted us, and then they took us to these ports and sold us to these Edomites.
Yeah.
So let's finish it off on Deuteronomy.
Can I read a little bit about that?
Yeah, go for it.
It says, I just looked up how were the conditions inside slave ships on Google. So the AI said conditions inside slave ships were appallingly inhumane, characterized by extreme overcrowding, rampant disease, and brutal violence.
Yeah.
Captives were packed into filthy, unventilated holds for months. forced to lie in their own excrement and the blood of sickened captives,
Yep.
Yeah.
with little room to move. Mortality rates often exceeded 15 to 20% during the journey.
Makes sense. Even there, you had Jake women giving birth as well, man.
Mhm.
You mentioned, yeah, women as well on their periods and all that shit too. It was just,
Vomiting.
vomiting, yeah, because of the stink, like the instruments, all that crap the brother was reading as well.
Yeah, it says
So,
Malnutrition.
yeah,
Pestilence.
yeah, it says the air was hot and putrid,
yeah.
leading to respiratory infections and suffocation. Captives were frequently forced to lie in feces, urine, and blood from dysentery.
Damn.
Yo, okay, I got something real quick too, just to back up Quran, but it says that there was two primary inhumane methods of packing. The first one was called tight packing. Captains crammed as many people as possible into the hold, believing that despite higher death rates, casualties, the greater volume of people would result in higher profits as at the final auction.
More inventory.
Damn.
Basically
More
saying that
inventory,
the
yeah.
best survived, right?
And that tight packing, I mean, there was no room. I mean, brother, seen the pictures, you know.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second one was loose packing. Fewer people were loaded in hopes that a higher percentage would survive the journey, reducing losses.
Yeah.
And it's like, nigga, maybe not have them lay down and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's why it's like, what?
Isaiah 22 talks about.
I was holding that.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Bring it out.
Mhm.
It's Isaiah 22, starting at verse 17. It says, "Behold, the Lord will carry thee away with the mighty captivity," talking about Israel, "and will surely cover thee. He will surely violently turn and toss thee like a ball into a large country. There shalt thou die, and there the chariots of thy glory shall be the shame of thy Lord's house."
Violently.
Damn. Yeah. Slave ships in that large country we know, the America.
Yeah.
And that's why that brother brought out earlier, Jake would rather jump out of the ship and die by the sharks. But at the end of the day, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua brought him back into slavery. So there was no avoiding that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got the standard
22 and 18.
impact dictionary definition for him.
Oh, the brother read it.
You already brought that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close to that. Straight, bro.
Go ahead and let's close it out.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 68. "And the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships."
Yeah, so that's fulfilling that prophecy. And we know that that's not talking about the ancient Egypt.
No.
That's talking about the new Egypt, which is America.
It says, "Shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it and no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you."
Yeah, which is okay. You know, no man shall redeem us because Yahushua is going to do that.
That's right. That's it.
I got a found scripture.
Yep.
This is my guess.
Micah.
Micah 4 and 10 says, "Being pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail.
Mm-hmm.
For now shall you go forth out of the city, and you shall dwell in the field, and you shall go to even to Babylon, where shall you be delivered,
Mm-hmm.
and there the Lord shall redeem you from the hand of thy enemies."
That's it. Which, basically, this place is being controlled, by the nation of Edom, the Edomites, which a brother I'm sure is going to cover that on the table of eight when we go into the Edomites, But that will conclude the lesson for today. There's a lot more that we can go into, but just hit some points on on this nation, the nation of Ham, and Lord willing, brothers, receive something, and also can if there's a section of the story where you would like to edify, maybe it'll inspire you to go deeper, because and all those things that we touched on, you can always go deeper into all of those things.
Right.
So maybe it'll motivate you to go ahead and research that particular part and just continue the edifications. We want to close the lesson by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahakodash, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.
Shalom.